It's really easy to set up. If you go to your browser and you search Google Alerts, it'll allow you to set up an automation that you get emailed as frequently or
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the walkthrough, the most underrated, valuable marketing podcast in real estate history. I am 𝐿𝐸𝐚𝐢𝐤, aka the Broke Agent, aka Dr. Klickstein, aka Dr. Love.
Ooh, Valentine's Day. I see what you're doing.
Valentine's Day. By the way, did you guys know that 12 years ago I wrote a book called The Digital Game under Dr. Love? And it was all about how to communicate with women through Tinder and Hinge and Facebook chat, and
Is it serious right now?
Kind of serious. I wrote 10 pages.
What was your tip on Facebook chat?
When they message you, however long it takes, say they message you in 15 minutes or something, you don't respond for 30. You don't respond for 45, or you just leave them on red. That was basically my thing.
Great book.
It was a great book. One page, and then look, we're not here to talk about my past, are we? Anyway, I'm joined by my co-host, Jason Cassity, a.k.a. Racing Jason.
We're getting worse. We're getting worse.
Look,
we're getting away from the promised land here.
Because he is so quick with the best takes on social media and marketing.
Ooh, okay.
We're joined here by
that
two amazing guests. First, we have a BAM favorite, a BAM speaker, top agent Katie Lucie from the planet Jupiter. Katie, how you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Jupiter, Florida, actually, right? You're not from the planet.
Never heard the joke before either, so good.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad I could originate that. And then we have another highly requested returning guest. Some say he's the GOAT of content. He's climbed a little baby hill called Mount Everest before. Ladies and gentlemen, Krys Benyamein.
What's up, guys?
Looks like he's getting ready to go hike Everest right now. What's up with the jacket? Is it not chilly? You live in Southern California, bro.
It's cold right now.
It is cold right now. I was going to say. It's raining.
Welcome to the show, Krys. Today might be one of our most valuable shows of all time. We're going to talk about a Google hack that will help you come up with content ideas, a community video all agents need to make, some last-second Valentine's Day posts, and your marketer of the week. If you like the sound of that, please, we beg you, throw this video a like. We have yet to hit 200, Jason. We're getting closer and closer every time. Krys, Katie, is there anything we could offer the people if we get 200 likes? Monetary incentive? Anything you could think of? Do you have an Airbnb in Jupiter, Katie, we could give people?
I don't, but it's not cold and rainy here.
So move there and use Katie as your agent. Let's get this to 200 likes. Smash the button right now because Jason and I deliver this podcast.
I'll do a one-on-one or something. I'm happy to Zoom with somebody for 30 minutes if it hits 200.
Ooh. Okay, how about this? So you have to like the photo and comment the word GOAT for Krys, and then we will choose a random winner next week. And you get to Zoom with Krys for 30 minutes. I like that.
Deal.
I like it.
All right, let's get into the show.
Or you can just Facebook chat Eric, and then he'll leave you on red.
Exactly. And I will leave you on red. Okay, let's get into the first topic. A lot of agents are struggling to come up with content, but Krys has a little Google hack for us that can keep the posts coming. Krys, you wrote an amazing article on BAM. What is this Google hack that agents can use to get content ideas?
Yeah, it's an easy one. I wish I remembered who I learned it from to give them credit. It could have been another BAM creator. I really don't know who I gleaned it from, but it's called Google Alerts, and it's really easy to set up. If you go to your browser and you search Google Alerts, it'll allow you to set up an automation that you get emailed as frequently or on a weekly basis. Any article that it comes out about the topics that you're interested in. So for me specifically, I have Los Angeles real estate as a key term. I have Orange County real estate as a key term, Southern California real estate as a key term. And you could get even more granular, like new businesses in Orange County, new restaurants. And then I also include my name, Krys Benyamein. I'm just curious to know if anything is ever published with my name in it. And I get an email in my inbox that says Google Alerts every, I I think every Friday, and it's just sort of a digest of all the articles, all the websites that dropped related to that. And it does two things for me. One, it gives me talking points, because if those are headlines, it gives me talking points when I'm on the phone with my clients. I'm actively, calling people and on the phone. So those things make it super easy to communicate with, people what's happening in real time. And then secondly, which mostly people want to get from this podcast, is it's just ripe content ideas. If it's a headline on Yahoo, Fox, CNN, whatever, the chances are it's a good topic for us to make content about.
That's amazing for content inspiration. So that helps you come up with the hyper-local content ideas if you choose Jupiter real estate, Jupiter restaurants. Do you do this, Katie? Do you have anything for content inspiration?
So for new developments, we've done a lot of like restructuring in Jupiter in the last decade. So we have a lot of new kind of commercial spaces that are being developed. But West Palm Beach is pretty much preparing to be like, they call it Wall Street South. So there's a ton of big like financial giants coming down here, new developments coming in. So setting up stuff like that would be super, super smart for content and just to be in the know for new developments.
Definitely. What about you, Jason? Do you do anything for San Diego, or what do you do for content inspiration?
Yes, sir. I've had these set up since I started in the business. I think I set up my name initially, so Jason Cassity, and then anytime, usually it's only like when an article is posted, right? You write something for Housing Wire, Now Bam, like, and then it gets indexed on Google. So then, like the next morning, I get a little inbox a little thing alert in my inbox that says, it's just like a link to the article, because that's the only time my name is usually written fully on something that gets indexed. So it's pretty rare. And then I have San Diego real estate set up specifically, and those come in more often, but and you can just pick and choose. So sometimes it's like, oh yeah, it's just telling me that the interest rate dropped 0.25% or something. I already knew that. But then sometimes it's an actual article that I want to green screen in or run with the content on. So yeah. So your city real estate, your city new development. You can go macro into, mortgage rates, but you'll get a lot of pings on that would be my only thing. If you have like a macro word, because every article that talks about an interest rate drop, when they do the Fed rate, you're going to have the CNN article, you're going to have the Fox News article. And so, you can have hundreds of things in your inbox. Now they can group them into a daily, but I would just keep it niche to your name and then your city real estate.
The other thing I was going to add to it, aside from it's a different kind of social content, is emails to your database, emails to your sphere. We're constantly trying to figure out what the new hot thing is to tell people about. And the chances are there's an account that's doing it for you already. So I think those notifications just make your job. You're trying to think about what to email your people on Saturday morning. It's right there for you. Somebody has found the restaurant. Somebody has found the new developments,
So how do you actually set up the Google alerts?
So go to Google Alerts, like type in Google Alerts and then once you click on it, it's just going to say alerts, and then it's going to ask you to create an alert about whatever you want. So, I could type in Eric Simon, and then I would put a
author
comma.
of Commission Impossible and The Digital Game.
And The Digital Game, yeah. You'd have to also do Dr. Love.
Exactly. Dr. Lovestein.
And it's just that simple. You just type in whatever you want.
Love it. Okay, this has been really helpful. Let us know in the comments if you use Google alerts. And again, we're trying to get this to 200 likes. So if you're listening now and forgot to like this video, like it right now if you are getting good information here. Topic number 2, Katie Lucie. First off, everybody go follow Katie Lucie on Instagram for content inspiration. Second off, Katie's been posting absolute fire content for us every week. We're leading with a lot of your blogs as the email subject or preview text. That's when you know it's good, because everything you post is so tactical. And you posted something about a video all agents should make in 2025. It's kind of a community spotlight video. So if you want to break that down, and then we could play it and then play some of your videos.
Yeah. Tiana Ponte Morales in Del Rey, she posted an incredible just local spotlight. So she did a high quality video kind of highlighting her town. She broke it down with like the basic what you expect. Like it's a very, Del Rey has a cool downtown and also has coastal vibes. So she kind of mixes two. And then she also did a man on the street. So she walked around town, asked people what they thought, kind of all different types of people were responding. So it was really great. I mean, it was ideal. Literally anybody could replicate it. I replicated it. I have plans to do more. I mean, it is completely evergreen. You could use it for literally anything. So
So let's play Katie's video. We could play Tiana's first, the Delray Beach one.
This is Delray Beach, where the locals live the dream and the visitors never want to leave. Delray Beach is more than just a small town. It is the perfect combination between downtown energy and coastal charm. Plus, you are central to some of Florida's hottest destinations. But hey, don't just take it from me. Let's hear from some of the locals.
Delray is great for many reasons. It actually has the quaintness of a small town feel while having the amenities of a larger town.
Truly, I mean, you feel so comfortable, so at home here compared to anywhere you come from up north. That was a big thing to me.
And the people just really are very, very nice here. And it's just a fun place to be.
We love the beach, the people, the restaurants, the coffee shop.
It's anything you could want on vacation, for residents, visitors. It's just a great spot to be.
Comment why you love Delray and make sure to send this to somebody who needs to be here.
All right. I mean, that's such an amazing video. Just the hook, the walking. I noticed you do this in a lot of your videos, Katie. You have movement at the beginning of a lot of your content. And I think that helps as opposed to a stationary visual background. One of the guys were laughing because he was wearing a Trump fight shirt.
But I like it because it had like some guy was wearing a Penn shirt. There was a professional guy. There was a mom. There was a Trump guy. And like, we're a melting pot of people and nobody really cares because everybody wants to be in Florida. So I think it was good.
I love it.
Kind of polarizing.
Let's play Katie's video and then we could comment on it.
Whether you're here for a day or a lifetime, 𝐌𝐸 is one of the most popular places to be in Jupiter, Florida. Here you'll find a vibrant downtown, outdoor dining, local boutiques, and community events year-round. From catching a game at Roger Dean Stadium to live music at the amphitheater, 𝐌𝐸 has something for everyone. If 𝐌𝐸 sounds like it could be right for you, shoot me a DM and I'll send you our neighborhood guide.
So lead gen, capturing emails, go ahead.
That was a neighborhood spotlight. The other one was Jupiter one too, but that does the same thing, just getting like more and more specific. So yeah.
Yeah, both of these are neighborhood spotlights, which we say every week that every agent should be doing these. I would imagine that because these are both shot in vertical for your Instagram. Did you also shoot them in horizontal for your YouTube?
So no, because I don't do very good YouTube because I'm getting there. I'm doing my best. It's a lot.
Because these videos would probably do better on YouTube. Like but like with the SEO, because then people can search the SEO and it would come up on YouTube. Very like Ken Pozicki, right? Like we talked about. But obviously you have a big following on Instagram too. So do it in vertical. I just shot a whole listing video in vertical. Like I'm in the same boat. Like I shoot vertical first. But these probably would crush on YouTube because 100%. People searching for Jupiter or whatever that was.
So what I was thinking about doing is doing like a studio shoot, talking about my town, and then kind of having all of my reels where I kind of do spotlights, kind of take over the video. So then I stop talking because you're exactly right. Like I have so much local content and it's good, high quality stuff that is evergreen. So I'm like, what else can I redo? And I eventually will want to get into YouTube instead of just slapping up some shorts, but not yet.
But if nothing else, neighborhood content does really well with other agents, right? When I think of Jupiter now, I think of you. Like that's the other thing is if you have agent following you, which you do, right? In this case, is like you're trying to solidify that you're in Jupiter.
Yep.
Krys, do you notice the energy Katie brings in those videos? You actually you seem happy and excited about what you're talking about, and that's such an underrated aspect to content. And I feel this in myself all the time when I'm filming like a green screen. Sometimes I look dead or feel dead, and people can feel it through the content. But if you go on Katie's page, it's like, oh, this is exciting. This is an amazing neighborhood. She does live in an amazing space. Like you are the hype person for that community.
I think you do really. Oh, go ahead, Krys.
I would just say, I feel like the camera brings you down 30% at least. So even if you show up 100, it can still kind of come flat. And you think about people in theater, performers, they are so over the top on stage. Too over the top, unless you're in the crowd actually at the show. And I think when you're filming content, Katie is doing it precisely. You almost have to over exaggerate. You almost have to be too into it for the audience just to feel like you're flat.
Yeah.
Both of you guys did a good job by having guides, right? Too. So you're both comment the word or DM me the word and we'll give you the guide for the neighborhood. And so that was you guys executed flawlessly.
Thank you.
Another video from Katie that I want to share. It's kind of introducing yourself as a real estate agent or reintroducing yourself in a way, but I thought you qualified it in such a positive way.
This isn't just where I work, who I am. And when you're selling, you need someone that knows this town like the back of their hand. As a mom of 3 and Jupiter native, I know what families need. As a business owner, I know what systems cut through the noise and drive results. From the perfect schools to the best kept secrets in town, I match your home with buyers that appreciate everything that Jupiter has to offer. With the Grove Group, you get more than just an agent. You get a team of local experts dedicated to giving you an edge in this market. If you want results, call or send us a DM to make your next move the best one.
I mean, these are just so good. I just
They're
love
really
the hook.
good.
This isn't just where I work, it's who I am.
Yeah.
And you almost cast doubt about the other real estate agents in Jupiter by just saying,
Yeah.
I forgot what you said afterwards.
Right. Well, I don't remember either. But so it's funny because my videographers cut that part out of the video because you can't see my face. It's dark. It's not a good hook. And I'm like, I don't care. This is like the core of what I'm trying to get to is exactly that. So I completely agree. And that just goes to show like my videographers are probably going to be annoyed that I'm saying this, but like they get mad at me sometimes because they will make this hook that's awesome with these words and all this stuff popping off. And I'm like, yeah, it's not really me though. So I'm going to tone that down a little bit. And I would rather truly represent what you're getting in my videos than like be like this hyped up boss bit like situation that I'm not. So I love that video. It's good.
They're really good. One thing I was going to say, I'm trying to do this with some of my content. It's not easy, but it's, I guess, easier than making all original videos. But when I watch those, Katie, I think those would be dynamite carousels. And you just take the scripting that you did, you know, make a cover photo, turn it into a square, and the dialogue that you're sharing is just text on screen, or you take the sexiest pieces, and it's entirely new, but it's also entirely recycled.
Yeah, that's
what a great
so
way
smart.
to repurpose that.
Yeah, that's really smart. Thank you.
I really like that because obviously we see agent videos all the time, you know, especially with maybe the old hats who are just like, I've been in the business 30 years and I've sold 700 houses or whatever. And that's fine. You're trying to convey that, but you're just like, no, I live here. I'm a mom of 3. I'm a business owner. Yeah. This is, and you're highlighting, you know, obviously your videographer did a great job with all the aerial drones and stuff like that. So you're making it about you, but not leading with it being about you. Yeah. It's about the city and just like, but also I'm a mom of 3 and I know the city really well. So you want to work with someone.
And I just launched my team. So I was kind of trying to make like a little bit of like a leadership kind of position from it too. So, and because we do have good systems that actually make it better to sell real estate. So I was trying to highlight kind of all that stuff too.
You, your videographer is doing something that I've seen over the last like 6 months or so. Eric, have you noticed that where you're like, you almost like you like teleport into the shot and then teleport out? I've seen Shannon Gillette do it as well. And you get the little effect around where you're coming into it. I think that's kind of a hot, trendy kind of.
It is so trendy. I'm actually at my lender's office right now. And he had the funniest idea that Krys, you should do because you're hilarious. And in a small house, just like morph like over and over and over, like, cause you know, we can like kind of still pan and see all the same spaces. It'd be hilarious. I'm just not very funny. So
that'd be pretty funny.
The setting changes always are great for videos too. It's just like you're constantly keeping the attention of the viewer. And I think it's important for agents to reintroduce themselves every now and again on their Instagram. Like Krys, you did that with that video where you're walking by and you run into the person. Right. And then you're like, oh, I'm Krys Benyamein. I've been an agent for this long. Because most people aren't going to go back, or if you have a pin post or something maybe from a couple years ago, it doesn't have the same effect, but you're constantly getting new followers. So to reintroduce why people should work with you is kind of a good pillar piece of content that you could update every year or so. 100%. Great job, Katie.
Good job, Katie.
You're really, you know, standing out from the crowd. And if you're an agent who wants to stand out from the crowd, Reminder Media is a resource you have to check out. You get your own branded print and digital magazines, email newsletters, and social media content. Reminder, Krys delivers these things to your contacts on autopilot, keeping you top of mind with your database. All you got to do is focus on your follow-up calls and watch referrals and repeat business come in. We have a webinar with Luke, the president of Reminder Media, on Wednesday, how to create landing pages that actually convert leads. So if you're ever wondering, how do I create the landing pages to these guides? How do I use QR codes to get leads? That's what's happening on Wednesday. It's a free webinar for the public. We'll put a link down in the description. for that. All right, last second Valentine's ideas. Do we have any? It's tomorrow. I don't have a reservation yet for my wife and I. I'm absolutely screwed. I live in Los Angeles. I'm probably just going to, make some mac and cheese. Krys, what do you think about that?
I think it's the thought that matters.
It's the thought that matters.
And something we're going out there.
Good.
Krys, do you have any? You said you have a Valentine's Day post going up today. What do you have?
Yeah, it was an old one that I repurposed. Do as I say, not do as I do. The one that I repurposed was actually not evergreen. It had to do with home equity at the time that I made the video. But the point, or the reason I'm sharing it, is it's not super creative. I just had a bouquet of flowers, and that's my hook. Right? I pull the bouquet of flowers out of my face, and then I deliver this factoid. I kind of think it might be late to do it now, but the point is the same for every holiday. I think if you can come up with an evergreen video idea and shoot that for Valentine's Day, for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, that's the kind of shit you're only sharing one time a year anyways, and it's easy to repurpose, easy to reshare again. So put that in the hat for the next holiday. Might be
well,
late.
Katie, you're dressed for Valentine's Day. A little pinkish. That's sometimes all it takes for a piece of content, by the way. Like Krys said, just having a bouquet of flowers, even if you're just wearing red or pink on the day that you're posting about Valentine's Day, that's a little trend jack in itself. Do you have anything, Katie?
So I don't, but Vanessa Riley posted my favorite thing I've seen. She posted some ridiculous kind of stereotypical real estate agent personalities. And the last one was the perfect match. It was kind of like a dating website. And it was really cute, but I got nothing.
Who is it? What's her name?
Vanessa Riley. Domo Realty. Domo something.
Oops. Domo Atlanta. She's the best.
Yeah, nice. She is the best.
Well, you could always do the most. We covered this last week, Jason, but in case you missed last week's episode, the most romantic spots, first time date spots, restaurant ideas, the most unromantic spots. Jason, what are you doing for Valentine's Day?
I'm doing nothing, first of all, but we talked about this last week. Shout out to 𝐌𝐤𝐤 again at EXP. So he did a great job he and his team reserved 20 reservations for 7 p.m. across San Diego. And then he wrote on his Instagram, he did a post and he was like, hey, any of our clients see this? We've got reservations for 2 or 4 all over San Diego for 7 o'clock on Valentine's Day night. And so he gave those reservations out to his clients. So if you're listening to this Thursday, February 13th, you have one more day to maybe pull this together, or otherwise this might be a next year idea. But I thought that was a fantastic job by him and his team, bringing something to his clients.
Alyssa Carnot, of course.
Can't make it through an episode without shouting out Alyssa. Can't make it through an
episode without talking about Alyssa. Alyssa, one day.
She did the date spot one. That was really good.
Yeah, my ideal date night for Valentine's Day, something along those lines. But it was the entire, restaurant experience. What to do.
And
before,
if you notice, all she did, so you could actually swing this right now if you're listening to this just before. She actually just went on Google Earth, and then she kind of zoomed in on the Davenport, and she's like, "Stay at the Davenport." And then she did Google Earth to the Wooden City, to the restaurant thing, and said, or then just walk over. And so all she did was do the Google Earth thing around. She didn't. Maybe she had a couple little B-roll shots of each, but it wasn't you could do this pretty easily on your phone.
We need a swear jar, Jason, kind of but it's my Alyssa jar. So every time I mention her name, it
would be full. We could pay for Bam Mania next year with that.
Exactly. All right, let's get into Marketer of the Week. This is an amazing video. It keeps your attention. It shows proof over promise, and it is great for storytelling.
In 60 seconds, we're going to discuss we got our first-time home buyer, Amber, into a first home in 18 days.
First step, on January 10, we went over a budget. And the main thing on the budget, you guys, is figuring out what is she comfortable with as far as payment and her down payment. We had a lender on a standby, and we got her qualified within the day.
Second step, now the fun begins. We go shopping. On the very next day, on January 11th, we sat down and went over all of her needs and wants. I spent hours building a selection of homes that she may love, and before the day ended, we checked them out.
Number 3, January 24th, Friday, we submitted an offer, and on January 28th, the offer was accepted. So the total of all of this, you guys, is literally 18 days. So if you recap the whole thing from the beginning, you gotta meet the client, find out what do they really, really want, what payment do they feel comfortable comfortable with. Second, our job to search everywhere to find the right home for them. Third, you gotta be available and you gotta be ready on their dime to go show them the selection of the homes. The longer it takes you to show them, the homes will be gone. And of course, the final result is open escrow for Amber. So happy for her.
So let me ask you, are you interested in this express service? Comment express below if you want to buy your home or sell it.
Just gold. Gold.
It works on
again.
so many levels. I took notes. The clock works because it gives the viewer like a countdown. Okay, I am in this for 52 seconds. I'm in this for 15 more seconds. Although it's not lost on me that you went about 15 seconds over the thing. But by then you wanted to hear the end because now we have a completion. You know, we want to see it. And then the reveal. I would say Love Actually, but that was more like cue cards. But like the reveal, people want to see what's coming next. I think it was both a visual hook, 2 visual hooks, and then proof over promise, like you said, Eric. Just like someone case studying what it takes to buy a house. I think it was great on all levels.
Any thoughts, Krys, on your own video?
Well, I think it's an easy one to make. I bought those, I don't know what you call those poster boards, on Amazon, and now we're just trying to use them for everything and a really thick Sharpie marker. I like that it's organic, I like that it's not very manicured. Yeah, exactly. Same thing.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I'm just always constantly thinking like, what can the team make? What can we do to show what we're doing that people will relate to? And as we've talked a lot about the just solds in escrows sort of being stale and not effective, how can we make them a little bit better? And people engage with it. I think it shows the legwork. The reality is all of us are doing a lot of legwork that we're not telling people about. It was the style at one point to make it seem so easy. And now we are coming back to the world of recognizing that the consumer needs to understand it's very difficult, it's very complicated, but hiring the right real estate agent makes it easy for them. And it's just an easy one for people to apply and rip off.
Yeah, it simplified the process. Like if I was a buyer watching that, it's like, oh, you just buyer consultation, you look at a few properties, you're in escrow. Amazing. But it did just made it feel attainable as a former �𝐿𝐼, as I was. Great video there by Krys Benyamein. This is a great episode. Just quick, easy, factual, valuable. Katie, did you like this episode? Did you have a good time here today?
Of course. The best.
Okay.
Best crew.
And how many likes are we going to get to?
200.
200. Comment the word GOAT right now, and you're going to get, Krys, you offered it.
I'm in it. I would love to.
We're going to give away a free Zoom with Krys Benyamein. If you comment the word GOAT, we're going to pick the winner on the next episode. Only if this gets to 200 likes, though. So you need to like the video and comment the word GOAT. And then make sure you check out our new community on School, BAMX. Everybody has moved to School, which is the #1 education and community platform. Katie, you're loving it, right?
Love it.
It's a complete game changer.
So good.
We have social media templates every week, video scripts, email scripts, courses, trainings, webinars, BAM Pro Bowl replay. Every event that we have ever done in BAM is uploaded to the back of BAMX. There is a link down below to join that. Thank you, everybody. That's an episode. That's the walkthrough. Go follow Katie Lucie. Go follow Krys Benyamein. Unfollow Jason Cassity. And we'll see you next week.